Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Nitika and this is the Chic Artist Studio. Today we will be painting 5 very simple flowers that I think every beginner must know how to paint. And before we jump in, I would like to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Fumui. So I will be using their brushes, their paints and paper today. And I will link everything in the description below along with a 10% discount code for you if you would like to try them. So let's jump right in. Alright, so we will be using supplies by Fumui today. So first is the professional series of watercolor brushes. I'll be using these brushes. And then there is this beautiful 48 colors watercolor set. So I'll show it to you. It has 48 beautiful colors and I have made a swatch card. So we'll be using this. And then this is a watercolor paper block. It's 100% cotton and cold pressed, so we'll see how it works. All right, we will start with tulip first. So I'm taking the size 8 round brush and some cadmium yellow color here, and let's start painting our tulip. So for tulip we'll start by painting an oval. So this is an oval. I really like how bright these colors are, and the brush is also very soft. So great start. Okay, next I'm gonna mix some orange into this to make a slightly darker yellow for the outer petals, and then I'm gonna just paint these outer petals. So you can see that there is just a slight difference, not much. So whichever color you are using, if you are using pink for the tulip, you can just add a slightly darker pink to darken it up. Okay, like this. So this suggests overlapping petals, and then we will add a green stem to it. So this is a mix of green that I have used and swatched earlier. So I am mixing some olive green to it. Okay, and maybe some yellow ochre, because I love mixing yellow ochre in my green. Okay, so this is a nice green, and then while this is slightly wet, I am painting my stem like this, and I'm slightly pushing this color in to get some blooms here. And then for the leaves, I am mixing slightly lighter color to this green, and then I'm gonna paint the leaves. So these leaves are like simple single stroke leaves. So it goes like this, and then the other one will be like this, and you can always just transfer this color anywhere you like. And this is a tulip. Now what I want to do is I'm taking my size 0 round brush and I am mixing some darker orange here, okay, for the detailing in the tulip flower. So I am just slightly adding these fine details like this. You can still add it while it's wet. Okay, and then I am just differentiating this petal, giving it a very subtle shade, and then blending it all in. So our tulip is done. Next we have ranunculus. So see it like a rose but with tighter petals. So it will start with a green center and then we will paint the outer petals. For this I'm using a size 4 brush and I'm using the sap green, tree green. Okay, let's just start with our ranunculus. So I am just making some broken C curves just like the rose. Okay, like this, and then I'll go in with a yellow. So again, I'm mixing some lighter yellow to this one, and again we'll do the broken circle with this yellow. Okay, just like we did our rose, but this time it's more compact, and the circles, like the curves, are a bit smaller. Okay, next we are gonna do, so we'll make this flower pink or maybe coral. So I have this pink here, and I am mixing slight yellow to it to make it a nice coral color. This is more of a red, so mixing more pink and then more yellow. Okay, then we are going to just add more C curves to this, just like the rose, and remember leaving some white space, otherwise this will all be mixed up and it will look like a blob. So when we leave some space, it looks like layered petals. So like this. And next I'm gonna go with some darker color and make some marks here and there. Okay. To give it more dimension. Like this. Okay, and I think I should leave it now. So this is our carnation, and now we'll add stems and leaves to it. So for stems, I'm gonna use the green that we created. So the stem will be here like this. Okay, and carnation has special leaves which are slightly like parsley, so I am mapping one here, and then I'm just making mark with my brush to resemble the leaves that it has, but I am not going for any kind of perfection here. So just, tiny shapes with my brush to give a hint of a leaf, parsley kind of a leaf, right? Like this. And then the other one will be here. So this will also be somewhat ruffled and parsley kind of a shape. Like this. So that's how we do our ranunculus. Next, we're going to do an aster. So for aster, I am going to use the same size 4 brush for the center, and I am using cadmium yellow for the center. Okay, so cad yellow. So it will be slightly oval shaped center. So this is an oval shaped center, and then I am taking my size 0 and some yellow ochre. So for yellow ochre, I'm just dotting it along one side to give it more dimension, like this. So this gives it more three-dimensional feel. So for these asters, we are going to mix baby purple kind of a color, more of periwinkle kind of a purple, okay? So for that, I am using purple. So it has royal purple, and I'm gonna be mixing some white in it, okay? So we need some variation of the same color here. So I am going to mix some violet here to give it little variation in the color, okay? All right, so let's start with our petals here. So the petals will be simple. We'll start with low pressure, and as we move further, we'll increase the pressure and just leave it, okay? So see this, like this, okay? So this starts with light pressure and then heavy pressure and then just leave it, okay? So this flower will be slightly oval in shape. So I'm just trying to make it an oval shape here. Like this. This is a very simple flower. You just have to paint the shapes of the petals and that's it. So the petals in the front will be slightly smaller because it is at an angle like this. And then you can just fill up the center. And then I'm taking my size 0 and I will go in with a dark violet color for a little bit of details on these petals like this. Very subtle with a darker violet like this. Okay, and then I want you to take your burnt umber. It's here. Very thick consistency of burnt umber and just tap it slightly along this center to make it more three-dimensional. Okay. So this way we add some dimension to our center like this. And again we'll take our size 6 for the stem and leaves. So I'm gonna be mixing some different color for the leaves this time. So this is a green called tree green and I really like it, and I'm gonna mix some Van Dyke brown in it. Okay, in these kind of flowers, the stem, you have to make sure the stem originates from the center. So like this, okay? So if the stem comes from here or maybe here, then it won't look right and it won't make any sense. So that's how we paint the stem and then the leaves. So the leaf will be just a simple 2-stroke leaf like this, and other one will be like this. Okay, so this is our aster. Next, I'm going to show you how to paint a cornflower. So for cornflower, if you have noticed, it has a very distinct center. So we'll paint that first. So for that, I want you to take some orange. It's a bright orange center. So first of all, we are going to map it. So I want you to have a semicircular, an elongated semicircular shape like this, okay? And then we are gonna paint that center by just using the tip of our brush and using a stippling motion like this. Just don't fill it in. Use a stippling motion so that it looks furry and resonates the original cornflower. Okay, like this. Okay, so we'll do this and then we'll do the lower part using burnt umber. So use a burnt umber for the bottom because it's darker at the bottom, so I am using burnt umber, and then like this. Okay, so this is our center, and next we are gonna paint the petals. So for the petals I am using my size 8 round, and we are gonna be mixing some magenta. So here I have magenta, and I am mixing some rose in it to lighten it up a bit. Okay, so this is how our cornflower starts. So it has loopy petals. So we'll start with the center one and we'll go like this. Okay, 2 strokes. Again here, 2 stroke petals like this. Okay. So I like painting both the sides simultaneously so that I can see how my flower is going. So loopy, droopy petals like this. Okay, and maybe smaller ones towards the end. And then I'm gonna add some very smaller petals. Okay, these are the smaller marks to show the petals that are behind it. Next, I'm going to use my size 4 and adding some little details to the flower. So I am just adding some dark magenta detailing to the petals. Okay, like this, nothing much, some shadows, okay, and some details. We will add our stem and leaves and this will be complete. So green again. So again, this stem will come from here like this, and we will have our very simple 2 stroke leaves. Okay, like this, and the other one will be like this. All right, cornflower is done. Next, let's do a carnation. So for carnation, I am using my size 4 brush, and it will be a very simple technique. So we are doing red carnations. So I am taking my cadmium red here. Okay, here. So this is cadmium red, a very dark mix of cadmium red. And then I am just adding it like this. So here, here, and here. Okay, just stay with me here. Okay, and then I'm washing my brush and using just my brush to spread this color out like this. Okay, like this. So this adds some dimension to this flower and it feels like this has some layers. Okay, so again I'm coming it with my dark color and I am just adding some color here and there, like wherever I wanted to have some ruffles like this. Okay, towards the bottom. And then I'm gonna take my orange, and I'm just going in with orange at some of the places to make it more carnation like. Okay, like this. Okay, and again I'm just dropping in some red. Again we'll add some green base here, so dark green. Okay, so while this is still wet, I am adding my green base. I'm still trying to get a nice green here, very dark one. So yeah, this will do. So this, and then I'm gonna paint one more flower for you. So again, some rough red marks. Then I'm gonna go in with water to just spread them out. Okay, like this. And then I'm gonna go in with my orange at some places to give it more dimension. Okay, and then again I'm gonna come with my red. I went overboard with this one. It's fine. Okay, some more red. Like this. And again we are gonna go with our green color for the base. Okay, and then I'm again gonna come with my same green. So this is a dark green with some brown, and I'm gonna paint my stems like this. And for the leaves, I am mixing some yellow ochre to this green, and let's paint the leaves. So our leaves will come like this, single strokes. And then I'm just adding some shading here. So that's all the 5 flowers complete. So I hope this tutorial showed you that with a few simple brush strokes, you can create beautiful loose florals full of charm and character. A big thank you to Fumui for providing these brushes, watercolors, and the paper that I have used today. I especially like the variety of colors in this palette. They are a joy to paint with. And also how soft these brushes are. They hold up a lot of paint, and then they come to a nice point that I really like. I have linked everything in the description below, and there's also a code for 10% discount on all your Fumui purchases. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more beginner-friendly watercolor tutorials, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to paint next. Thanks so much for spending a little creative time with me today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy painting!